Hi, this is Brett Ridgway with 50biggestwebsitemistakes.com, and today's mistake that we're going to talk about is our mistake number 9, not maximizing your headlines. Now, headlines and subheadlines is an area where many internet marketers kind of sort of do it correctly, but they still miss an important step to make the most out of their headlines. Now, what are headlines and subheadlines? Obviously, headlines are found at the top of a web page, mainly on the opt-in and sales letter pages. They generally use a larger font size than the body copy and almost always are bold-faced. Subheadlines, also called subheads, are found throughout the sales page and should be slightly smaller than the main headlines. Generally, subheads use a different font color than the headline and are also bolded. A common rule of thumb is to make the headline 4 font sizes bigger than the body copy and the subheads 2 sizes bigger than the body copy. For example, if your body copy is 12-point type, then your headline should be at least 16-point type, and your subhead should be 14-point. Now, sometimes it may be acceptable to go a little larger on the headlines and subheads. As always, testing is the key. A couple of things in the headline itself that often get overlooked is changing the color of action words in the headline and adding quotes to the headline. It's been proven that headlines get a higher conversion if you add quotation marks at the beginning and end of the headlines. Another overlooked point is that when creating your headline, you will want to emphasize particular action words in your headline. Now, generally, if you bold 2 separate parts of the same headline, you should make it where the 2 emphasized parts, when read together, make sense. A great resource tool for headline writing is Carl Galetti's book, 2001 Greatest Headlines Ever Written, and you can find out more about that at our site, marketingclassics.com. Now, subheads are generally shorter, so the practice of emphasizing more than one segment of an individual headline generally doesn't apply. However, you need to take the same consideration with subheads as you do with the headline. You want your headline compelling enough to grab the visitor's attention and get them to read the first line of your sales letter, and so forth. You want your subheads to compel your reader to continue on through your sales letter. In fact, you want your subheads to, in essence, be kind of a mini sales letter in themselves. Many people simply scan sales letters. They're going to scan your sales letter by reading the headline and subheads. The reader should be able to understand the crux of your sales letter simply by reading your subheads. That's why you want to avoid subheads that are too simple. An example that you might find of a subhead on many sites is something like, "Here's why." Now, how compelling is that? Here's why what? Yeah, you might get someone that's intrigued and would want to know what the why is, but you can get the benefits of both a higher keyword count and a more intriguing subhead if you do something like, "Here's why a headline swipe file is a no-brainer." Now, isn't that more compelling? Would you want to read more? Plus, if your product is about headlines, you've added more relevance to your keyword count. For more great website tips, please visit our site at 50biggestwebsitemistakes.com.